Hello, 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 everyone. How are you out there? Welcome. Come on in. I wanted to go live really quick in between a webinar, well, actually, an accountability call, coaching call tonight, and hopping on another mentoring call and doing taxes. So I wanted to hop on really quick because I know I have not done Tax Talk Tuesday in the last 2 weeks here. So I wanted to hop on and talk about some of these updates really quick. See what's going on with you guys. How's everyone doing out there today? If you would, as you come in, drop in the chat where you're checking in from. And if you're a first timer, welcome. And just drop in the chat that you're a first timer, hashtag first time. And I'd love to give you a personal hello. See what all you guys got going on out there. Give it a few seconds here just for some folks to be able to jump in. All right. So I wanted to talk about tonight a couple of things regarding tax season, some things that I'm just seeing that I think there's some misunderstandings or wanting to make sure that our taxpayers have clarity and helping you guys to manage your expectations as you seek out accounting professionals and tax professionals. I know the numbers are down right now, not just with people who are preparing taxes professionally, but across the board, even for people who are self-preparing using TurboTax, H&R Block, and things of that nature. You're wondering if the tax season is going to get extended, what's going to happen. But I wanted to, like I said, just hop on really quick and just get you guys kind of caught up to speed since I've been out the last couple of weeks. Pollen has really been taking over my life. So I have been a Benadryl baby. And but for those of you who do not know me, and this is your first time, again, drop in the chat, hashtag first time. And I'm Tawana with Bryant Business Solutions, a full service, 100% virtual tax and accounting firm based out of Columbia, South Carolina. And what I do is I look to educate and empower you as you navigate through your finances and to help you do that. So like I said, what I wanted to talk to you about a little bit tonight is managing your expectations when you're seeking out a professional. A lot of times, you guys see us on here, you see us going live, giving valuable information. Understand that with that valuable information comes a lot of time, a lot of training, sometimes quite a bit of investment into that. So our rates may not be the absolute cheapest. Of course, it's not DIY. However, there's things that we may be able to recognize that you wouldn't necessarily on a tax return to be able to identify if it's right, wrong, or you have options available. And so seeking a paid professional is probably your best bet. Of course, you want to interview that person just as you would, because they're part of your team. They're going to be handling your most valuable asset, which is your finances, your social security number, your EIN, that you want to value. Now, a couple of things. Number one, and I've said this time and time again, do not send your documents unsecured. There is still identity theft going on, guys. I see it so easy for people to send things through Google or Facebook or text message. Stop, please stop, please stop. Let's get these numbers down from identity theft. And yes, we're going to always have people out there who's going to hack into systems and things of that nature. But as professionals, we invest in secure portals for you guys to be able to upload your data to. Use it. Please use it. The other thing that I'm seeing is still with we don't read. We don't want to read. We'll say, oh, I don't understand something, but the information is right there if we just slow down a minute and read it. And it's not for your tax professional to do, because the thing is, our job is within a scope of work. And you still have to do your part. You still have to help us help you. We can't help you if you're not helping us to help you. So just read the information. I know from my firm particularly, I have a tax organizer. In the tax organizer, there's sections. I have that specific organizer that I actually pay for a reason. I used it in the past when I first started out. I got away from it and then went back to it because I saw that it was the one that actually helped reel it in. It helped me help the clients navigate a little bit better because it had lettered and numbered sections. So like C7, or people can tell me where they're getting stuck at. Um, or I could say, oh, this whole section here applies to you. Make sure you fill that out. The other thing is for my business owners, there's a lot of bookkeeping not being done. If we have to add these numbers up for you guys, it's a pretty hefty cost. Now I've discounted my rate for that a little bit this season. Just trying to understand, but I know a lot of us have had a lot of downtime. So it's not to reward you for not managing your books. So the rates are pretty high. So you can either pay us to add the numbers up and put them in there, or you can take the time to do it. The goal is, though, for you to work on your books monthly, preferably weekly. And then at the end of the month, all you're doing is reconciling your books. So I want to make sure that you guys are treat your business like a business. Not a hobby, not something that, oh, I'll get to it, I'll get to that. But if you see that you're not in a position to get to it, hire a professional. Make sure you know your numbers. There's another round of PPPs that's out. That's set to end March 31st. So you want to get your apps in. Some of the lenders, it appears, are running out of money. I don't know what it is, but just know we have to find a lender for you. So it's not just a one and done situation. So get your apps in, get your things, your business in order, your affairs in order, your finances in order. If you in fact are even thinking about the PPP funds, my link is right here to get onboarded for tax services. However, you can go to my calendly.com/BB Solutions 3, take the tax onboard off, and that'll help you navigate to my general strategy session. I offer a free discovery call to help you kind of identify what your needs are. So feel free, take advantage of it. I have it on my calendar for a reason. I want to position myself to be able to help you guys navigate amidst everything else that's going on, but we don't know what you need if you don't reach out. Okay, so those were a couple of things that I wanted to talk about as far as taxes were concerned as a whole, and just as taxpayers managing your expectations. Now, we know that Biden has now signed the new economic relief package, the tax rescue plan. He's actually signed that. It was passed by the House of Representatives and by the Senate as of Wednesday, and it is now signed into law. So what does that mean? It's going to provide various tax-related benefits for individuals. Okay, so I want to make sure that you're understanding. So know that these changes are in place for 1 year, okay? 1 year. This is not like the Tax Cuts and Job Act that's from 2018 to 2025. This is a 1 year deal, okay? And so there's several key tax breaks that's in place. One, another stimulus payment is going to come out. So if you haven't done your taxes, you've changed bank accounts, you've moved, you've had different situations happen, make sure you go ahead and do your taxes. That does not mean do a $0 return, because you're going to pay to amend, okay? So you want to go ahead and get your taxes done now, if you weren't eligible before. But here's the other caveat to that. People who weren't eligible, or for their dependents that were over age 17, or the elderly parents, or people that you claimed on your taxes, or you had children in college and you didn't get the stimulus package for them before, now you're eligible. Okay, so you're going to be looking at that additional $1,400 coming for that. But there are phase out limits for that. Now the adjusted gross income phase out is reduced for this from $100,000 to $80,000 for single filers. So if your income is $80,000, just know there'll be phase out amounts that'll be provided to you. From $200,000 to $160,000 if you're joint filing taxes. Now there's going to be some changes to the child tax credit. And under the old law, child tax credit was about $2,000 for each qualified child that was under the age of 17, and they reside with you for at least 6 months out of the year. So up to $1,400 was before refundable to you. Um, that credit had a phase out, but under the new law, there's an increase of the child tax credit to $3,600 per qualified child under age 6. Okay, and then 3,000 for a child up to and including this time age 17. So 17 wasn't included in that before. This credit is fully refundable. What does that mean? That means that that's an amount that will get refunded to you, and it's going to be based upon to how much your tax liability is, and then the amount that you've actually paid in. So it does not always necessarily mean that you're going to get a refund. It's just going to reduce what you owe. Okay. And that phase out actually begins at 75,000 for single filers, and then 150,000 for joint filers. And IG, if you see me looking back and forth, I'm actually on three platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and I'm on IG as well. So you see me looking back and forth here, just trying to make sure I'm talking to everybody. So the IRS is actually going to make an advance payment of credits beginning in July. So some people are going to see some additional deposits. The other thing, dependent care credits, there were some changes with that. Right now, it's available for qualified expenses for children up to age 13. For you to be gainfully employed. That credit is usually equal to about 20% of the first qualified expenses for one child, and then 6,000 for two or more children. And that max credit is $600 and $1,200, respectively. The new law, actually, though, for 2021, it's going to boost that maximum credit to $4,000 for one child and $8,000 for two or more children for households that have an adjusted gross income of $125,000. So you're going to be able to take advantage of that as well. Now, the credit, though, is going to be reduced below 20% for those with an adjusted gross income of $400,000. And if you're not in that tax bracket right now, go ahead and set that as your goal. That's your next limit. So there is an exclusion, though, for employer provided dependent care assistance, and that actually increased from 5,000 to 10,500 for 2021. Unemployment. So now they have it where, we pay taxes on unemployment benefits. So up to $10,000. I'm sorry, up to $10,000 is going to be 10,200 is going to be tax free. So that's great. So what happens for those people who file their taxes already? Okay, we're waiting on directives regarding that. But the first weekly unemployment of $300 were scheduled to run out in mid-March. Remember, I talked about that before under that second plan that came out. Well, now it's been extended through September 6th. Okay. But Congress did not approve that increase to the $400 per week. It's still going to remain at the $300. Okay. So that's something to look at. Now, student loan forgiveness. I don't know if anybody's else is in that number besides me, but I'm there. If a debt is forgiven or canceled, it generally results in taxable income to the debtor. Okay, remember, you'll get these 1099-Cs that some people are starting to see, where you're having to now claim that cancellation of debt as income that you didn't get, and you had to pay taxes on that money. So in limited cases, debts of student loans that's forgiven may be exempt from taxes. So you want to get with your tax professional. Everybody's situation is going to be different. The new law effectively creates a tax exemption for cancellation of student loans made, insured, and guaranteed by the federal or state governments, as well as student loans from private lenders and educational institutions. Okay, so this doesn't apply to loans that are discharged in exchange for services rendered. So know your situation going in. Now, that provision was effective from 2021 through 2025, but it could actually be extended or even made permanent. So that's some great news. And then there are just some highlights of the latest tax changes for individual taxpayers. The new act includes a slew of other provisions that I'm sure I'm about to be hopping on webinars yet again, um, to um, to find out more in-depth information and some guidance on that. But these provisions are going to help individuals, including rent and mortgage relief, healthcare credits and assistance, higher education support, and other benefits for small businesses, including extending the PPP loans, okay, and employer tax credits. So if you have not, yet again, if you have not applied for PPP funding, then you want to get your ducks in a row. If your books aren't together, if you haven't filed your 2020 taxes, go ahead and get these things taken care of. Again, I am available. My team is available. www.calendly.com/BB Solutions 3, and that will allow you to schedule an appointment. And you just schedule that appointment and we can do a discovery call to talk about what your actual needs are. You may need tax planning, you may need bookkeeping, you may need tax preparation, you may need to just legitimize your business. I don't know until I talk to you, but don't be shy, don't be afraid to call, don't or reach out and schedule you an appointment. I've had consultations where I have clients to say, I just didn't make a move because I was embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. For those of you on IG, you see my name, The Transparent Accountant. I don't mind telling you if I've messed up. I don't. I own it, I correct it, and I keep it pushing. But I want you to be comfortable enough to talk about your situation. Of course, it can be embarrassing that you kind of let things go. But now more than ever is the time, because you're missing out on opportunities simply because you're not getting your books together, or simply because you're embarrassed because now you have this IRS debt that could possibly be eliminated. Now, like, we could probably get rid of it. You don't know until you reach out. So make sure you reach out. I have not actually posted anything. Like I said, I'm about to hop on a mentoring call with one of my mentees, and then got more taxes to do. So I wanted to say a huge happy birthday shout out to my oldest son, Rambo, that's what they call him. Say happy birthday to Antoine. I love you dearly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I haven't spoken back to you since your nephew called and sung happy birthday. But I wanted to tell him a happy birthday. If anybody has any questions, though, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm going to stay on a few seconds longer just in case anyone has any questions regarding what I just discussed with the new tax laws that has just been signed. Those payments may go out as early as Friday. So remember last time, those payments, like, literally you looked up and they were in the bank, or so those tax payments may go out. The $1,400 may go out as early as Friday. So just be prepared. Use your money wisely. Invest in a business. If you're not a business owner at this point, invest in a business. There's two tax systems, one for those that are non-business owners, and then another one for those who are business owners. And the ones who are business owners, yes, it's your hard work, sweat, tears sometimes, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And then you get greater tax advantages. There's more loopholes or more ways we can find to mitigate your tax situation if you have a business. It makes it a little more challenging if you do not. There's more opportunities out there, as you can see with the PPP and all these additional funding options that's out there. The things are in place for business owners, and that's who the government is trying to help at this point. So get a piece of the pie. Now's the time. If you've been waiting to launch. I've got something that's coming down the pipeline the end of this month that I will be relaunching to help you get started with that. So hold on to your dollars. Hold on to your dollars. I have something to help you get started in that, and help you navigate you through that process. If you've been afraid, fear no more. I do not want you to walk in fear. You do not have to. Be educated, be empowered, know your situation, step out of your comfort zone. Now is the time. There's just too many opportunities out here for everyone to be able to do that. And I want to see you win. All right, guys, until Tuesday, hopefully I'll be able to do Tax Talk Tuesday on Tuesday this week coming up. Just depends. Remember too, Partnerships, corporations, deadline is Monday. Monday is the 15th. Yeah. Deadline is Monday for 1065 and 1120S's. If you need to file an extension, reach out. Reach out. Let me know. Especially to my clients. If you need to file an extension, go ahead and make sure you reach out to me and let me know. And then there's also the deadline to return excess 401k funds. Amounts to highly compensated individuals. And then monthly filer payroll taxes is due on Monday. So don't forget these important dates, guys, and get your situations taken care of. A lot of times the failure to file is often penalties are often higher than the failure to pay. So get your items filed if you need to get a file. If you need to file for an extension, do that. There's 2 states. I know Texas is one of them. I posted it. I can't remember the second one off the top of my head, but there's 2 states that they're already extended to June for individual tax prep. And I believe everybody's going to we're going to have an extension across the board. However, I don't know yet. We're just waiting on that to come down the pipeline. So if you, I don't know exactly where you're at, where you're checking in from, but I don't see any questions here. So you all have a great night, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Talk with you later.